This is the absolute truth. I did 1,200 abortions, first and second trimester. 1 was for rape, 2 were for incest, about 9 or 10 were for genetic defects like trisomy 21, and all the rest of them were healthy moms and healthy kids. People believe what they want to believe, and they don't want to believe that, but that is the truth.
Yeah.
I killed 1,200 kids. How can you make up for even one of them? I can't. So now I do everything I can to save as many as I can.
Girls, them kids, and you too.
My name is Jessica. I am 38 and I am addicted to having abortions.
What Jessica is doing is not technically illegal, but it is incredibly concerning.
I just love the feeling of it.
I met this guy on Facebook dating. We don't have intercourse. He kind of just does it in a cup, and then I do this method where I lay on my back with an injection tool. It's been a really good relationship because he also pays for it.
To date, I've probably spent a little over $12,000 on abortion procedures.
I've had 56 abortions so far, and I'm actually going to be 57 here in a couple weeks. If I did end up having a child, it would just be so that I can raise them so that they can get pregnant, and then we would continue, because I don't ever see myself stopping.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and the only thing I can say to that is don't smoke crack or meth or any other narcotic. Clearly this woman is on some drugs, right? Now I think I might have mentioned her in another video, and I was gonna let it go because all I had was the article. Then I seen the video on Twitter, so I said fuck it. Still relatively hot, and I guess I can elaborate on it. It says, woman on My Strange Addiction says she's addicted to abortions and has had 56. The next possible question is, because she has a male companion of some sorts with her, who the fuck's skeeting in her, right? Like, one, you don't have, I wouldn't say you got an addiction to abortion. You got an addiction to fucking strangers raw. That's what I think. And the abortions is just like you try to get rid of it because like you don't want a kid. And she goes on to say that if I do have a kid, it'll just be to have the kid, raise the kid so that they can show them how to do it and continue, right? Ma'am, this is why Donald Trump is pretty much made abortions illegal in most states like you. Now, I believe that women can do whatever the fuck they want with their body. However, I also believe that, because I'm for equality, that if a woman can actually have an abortion and not take care of a child, then a man should have the option to actually forfeit his duties and not actually be put on child support by a bitch he didn't want kids with. And we gonna play it like that, because you got sickos like this. Not only that, ma'am, what you're doing, when women actually talk about rights to their bodies and give valid points as to why they want abortions to be legalized, you got women like you that's fucking it up. You making the argument harder than it has to be. You and the that's making Henny and a Plan B a song. This does not help. This actually hurts the womanhood. If you were addicted to doing shit like this, you could have kept it to yourself. I would have told the show producers I had a different abortion, not an abortion to an addiction to abortions. That's not going to help your cause. That's not going to help your womanhood. That's not going to help the other women within the sisterhood. And you fucking everybody up. This is like a nigga snitching during a crime or robbery, such as Pooh Shicey's case, right? She could have kept this shit to herself, because now when people that are pro-life see shit like this, they're going to start using shit like this as their example, that not only do women get it that don't need it, they're not part of the 2% of women that, right, might get raped or have incestuous relationships, but they're fucking psychos that just don't want the kid, or they're playing a game of how many can I play whack-a-mole with. So that's why it should be illegal. right? Because she's fucking strange and clearly has an IQ of a handball. And the dude with her has an IQ of a fucking handball, right? His IQ might be 6 because he talking about he helped spend $12,000 on abortion procedures. There are 12,000 things that I could spend $12,000 on. Abortions wouldn't be up there in the top 5. So he's already stupid. Not only that, like, they look like a companionship. Make that shit happen. But he knows what kind of psychopath serial killer she is. So then there's that. And I'm assuming that he doesn't want to be involved with anybody romantically. If they're going out like just offing their offspring, right? It's just plenty fucking weird. But the fact that he's hanging around lets me know that part of him gives a fuck. Some semblance, right? There's a semblance of him. He has to give a fuck. Because why the fuck are you around people like this? And maybe he hasn't hit. Like I said in the last video, she's not an unattractive white woman, and she looks a little curvy. So he's waiting for his chance to push up to get some, like, maybe he want to hit her off with some anal. I don't know, right? Anal is like biological abortion. So, yeah, man, this is why this shit ain't legal, because of people like her, because they're not serious, or at the very least, even if they are serious, like, why would you tell like millions of people on television? I would have kept that shit to myself, right? Especially if you're trying to overturn abortions. Like, you want that right for women, for medical progression in America. Like, you kind of don't want to say shit like that on TV or the internet, because it makes it a hard argument when people look at it and they're like, oh, these people, they just want to have babies so that they can kill them. Right? They want to make foolish or idiotic mistakes, like have unprotected sex while not being married or economically stable, and then they think it's funny. So let's continue to actually like hold them to the fire and oppress them or not give them the right to do that. You're doing this shit. It's almost like a drug dealer talking about, man, they giving black people too much time in prison, and then you catch this nigga, he on the show, yeah, I like to sell kilos because, you know, I'm addicted to selling kilos. Yeah, that wouldn't be like, motherfuckers are gonna arrest you even more, because you're not doing this out of any productive means. You're not doing this out of like you doing this shit for shits and giggles. Now we gotta fucking hold you to the fire, and we gotta make this shit illegal even further or longer, because like you're just doing this because you like you going on a TV show talking about you addicted to this shit, right? You need to be committed to a fucking insane asylum, mental facility. I don't know, but yeah, it's fucking your argument up. In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. Especially hit the like button. If you already watched this, you at this part of the video, hit the like button. It's the least you could do. In any event, I'm out.